Hey, it's Andrea Nguyen, and today I am jonesing for a stir fry made with lamb and cumin. It's a Chinese Islamic stir fry, and it's absolutely delicious. I've been eating this stir fry for decades at restaurants, but you know what? You can also make it at home with ingredients within reach. And today I'm going to add a little Mexican flair by using pasilla chilies and some dry Mexican chilies too. So let's get going to make this delicious dish. All right, for this lamb, what you're going to do is we've got about, 12 ounces of lamb leg that I have very, very thinly sliced into small bite-sized pieces. And for this, I'm going to start off with a little salt. Then to thicken everything up, a little potato starch. You can use cornstarch if you like. If you want it a little gloppy, then by all means use tapioca. Now, because the lamb leg is a little bit tougher, what I like to do is I like to add a tiny bit of baking soda. This just helps to tenderize tough cuts like this. And then now some Shaoxing rice wine. If you don't have this, then by all means you can use a sherry or even a little gin, but it adds a nice little bit of fragrance to the lamb. Now for some regular soy sauce. So this is light soy sauce, not low sodium, but light in color. And we're just going to add a tiny bit of that for savoriness. Since we've already got the salt in there, and also a touch of dark soy sauce, which is going to give it some great color. So about, half a teaspoon here. And for the full recipe with all the details, go to my website with the URL below, vietworldkitchen.com, so that you get all the right proportions. So once that's in there, I'm also going to add a couple of tablespoons of water and mix it all up. So let's talk about how to prep some of these other ingredients, which are pretty straight up, but sometimes people have questions about it. So with the chili that I'm using, and I'm using a pasilla this time around, you want to cut out the center. And to get those beautiful diagonal shapes, all you have to do is cut the chili into these pieces like so. And if you want to make them really nice and neat, cut out the ribs. And I'm not using gloves because these aren't particularly that hot. And then once that you have the center ribs out, you have these long pieces, all you have to do is cut them this way so that you have these natural diamond shapes and you don't have to stretch too much. And if you want to, you can cut little ones. They don't have to be perfect. They really need to be bite-sized and frankly chopstickable. So as you're prepping these things, gather them on your board or on a plate so that you'll be organized for the stir frying. So the other thing, if you are going to be using whole chilies like these are called puya chilies. They're a Mexican chili that I like to use in Asian cooking a lot. It's used in Thai food. Or you can use what are called chiles japonés, which is a Japanese chili. These have a little bit more fire than the japonés. But when you prep these, all you have to do is snap off the ends, and then there are seeds inside, so make sure you dump those out because you don't want the seeds in your food because they're just not so pretty. And then use your knife or a pair of scissors and just cut them crosswise. Again, these are the puya chilies. And I've I've got about like 4 of them in here. We're just toasting some cumin seed over here to get them nice and fragrant, and then I'm going to pound them. You can leave them whole if you want to get that texture in with the stir fry. It smells good. Cumin has a wonderful pungent, sweet fragrance. And this really helps to open them up. So to pound them, I don't do anything super special. I have like a small mortar and pestle, which is like my favorite thing to use in the kitchen for pounding things because it's light, and I've just got it in there. First, I do a little stirring to really kind of get things broken up, and then I'll do a little pounding. That totally brings up the fragrance. Woo! Delicious. It doesn't take that much to do this, but it really, really helps the cumin express its best aromas. And I'm going to very carefully add the cumin to my chilies that I cut up earlier, because they're going to go into the pan together. So why not keep them together right now? This is sort of the unsexy part of stir frying, and that is really the mise en place, is setting up all of your ingredients in the order that you're going to be dumping them into the pan. That way you can work really, really quickly. So we've got the chilies over here that are going to go into the pan first, and then we've got ginger and chopped garlic combined because they're going to be joining each other in the pan at the same time. So why have 2 vessels? Why wash more little dishes? The marinated lamb, ready to go. The cumin and chilies right over here. Chopped green onion, and then a whisper of sesame oil. So we are ready to walk and roll. Har, har, har. When you're stir frying, use your biggest burner. This is my Power Plus burner. Not hot enough. Much better. Add a little salt. It's looking a little bit like Christmas, but it's just lamb stir-fried with cumin and chilies. Once the chilies look glossy and start to soften a little bit and are fragrant, they don't have to cook all the way through. You can go ahead and put them back into a little prep thing here. Add a little bit more oil to the pan. Swirl. Pan's already pretty darn hot. See, I'm pushing the aromatics up the side very quickly because I don't want them to burn. Then spread out the lamb so that it can sear. On a home wok process, you need to do this because you don't have as much heat as you would in a commercial wok. So you're trying to use every single hot surface in the pan to cook. And once that you see some searing like that, you can go ahead and start stir frying. When the lamb is nearly cooked through, add your cumin and chilies. Once the lamb is really fragrant with the cumin and chilies, return the peppers to the pan, then keep on stirring. And once the peppers are perfectly done, add your green onion. Combine everything really nicely. You're nearly through. Stir it all up to make sure the onion's in there. Now finish with the sesame oil. The sesame oil. And hey, you are done. There you go, cumin lamb. And you can serve this on top of rice. You can serve it with tortillas, corn tortillas, squeeze a lime and maybe a little salsa. It'd be great on top of grits of polenta because it's a wonderful, full flavored dish that'll perk up any meal. For the entire recipe with all the details and proportions, go to my website, vietworldkitchen.com. I hope you make this cumin lamb up soon in your kitchen and return to it often.